When's he arriving?
Oh, he should be here in about 10 minutes.
What's he know?
He knows he missed the funeral.
The burial.
No, I think he was counting on being here for that. But Dad's instructions were very clear. We couldn't wait.
Of course we could have waited. It's not like he was here to object.
Oh, he's still here, just in a different way.
I hate it when you talk like that.
You know, just 10 days ago, he was sitting over there in that chair, reading the comics to the kids. I still don't believe it.
Yeah. Just the other day I called him up to see if he wanted to come over and watch the NBA finals with me, and I heard on the other end of the line, nee, 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 nee. The number you have reached is no longer in service. And then I remembered, I thought, oh yeah, more popcorn and beer for me.
Stevie, how can you joke at a time like this? I just wish Dad hadn't changed his mind about where he wanted to be buried. Then we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah, Paul is going to be really mad. He's expecting a burial just like Mom's. I'm sorry, Daddy put the burden of his burial on you like this.
Well, I wasn't happy about it. He could have included you.
Oh, it don't matter. You always were Daddy's girl.
Why? Because I appreciated everything he tried to do for me. He wanted me to grow up and become an independent woman. Anyway, after Mom passed away, because I was the oldest, he relied on me for help. I'm sorry he didn't include you.
It don't matter. The important thing is how you're feeling.
It's been tough. Dad counted on me. He was so adamant, practically pleading with me to be buried at sea. I feel so responsible it didn't happen.
Oh, don't be. You did your best. It's not like his ashes are in there.
The urn reminds me that he's not here physically, but the candle reminds me that he's still with us. It's comforting in a way. When I think about it, though, it makes me really sad.
Yeah, I can't believe Dad wanted to be cremated. Remember Mom's funeral? I half expected the Blue Angels to fly over, followed by the 21-gun salute.
Yeah, that was kind of over the top. But you know, he really loved her. And I think he just got caught up in the moment, wasn't thinking clearly. Anyway, what I'm really worried about is how Paul is going to react to Dad's cremation.
He does not like surprises. Remember his 18th birthday party? Didn't he go out and buy a gun the next day?
Actually, I think he did. Anyway, Paul really doesn't like surprises. Oh, that must be him. He got there sooner than I thought. Oh, hello, Paul.
Hi. Is he really gone? You know, I came as soon as I heard. I left, and my bosses are not going to be happy with me. I hope I have a job when I get back.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Paul.
Paul, it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Maybe we should all sit down. It was so sudden.
I know. I talked to him like 14 days ago. He seemed like he was in high spirits.
Yeah, I know. Stevie and I were just talking about that. I keep expecting him to call and to come over and take his grandkids to the park.
Hey, that's a nice piece of metalwork. Is it new?
About that, Paul, Rachel and I need to tell you something, but let me fix you a drink.
You know, I don't drink this late, but thank you.
Oh, come on. Now's a good time to start.
Listen, Paul, while you were gone, Dad made some changes in the way he wanted things done at his funeral. He took that quantum physics class that you've been urging him to take, and it had a profound effect on him.
So what are you telling me this for? What does that have to do with the funeral? And when is that anyway? You know, I'd like to put Dad next to Mom. She's really close to the road.
Her tombstone is so tall they use it as a landmark at the cemetery.
Listen, Paul, after Dad took that course, I know you're expecting a burial like Mom's, but he changed. It was like a divine revelation. He decided he wanted to be cremated.
Dad cremated. This isn't one of your tricks, is it?
No, Paul, we are not joking.
Yeah, it started in a cow pasture.
What?
Let me explain. From time to time, Dad would go out to a farm. Stevie, where was it?
Carnation.
Yeah, Carnation. he got permission from a farmer to lie down in his field because when he was away from the city lights, he could really see the stars. I went with him a few times. We'd lie down in the tall grass, and he'd start talking about how we all came from the stars, about how all life emerged from the sea, about the evolution of consciousness. It was all kind of mystical. Stevie, you were there.
Yeah.
Remember the night we were holding hands?
Yeah. I kept thinking, this really is a cow pasture. Cow manure. How oddly sweet. And then Dad was babbling on about being at one with the universe, and then I kept feeling something crawling up my pant leg.
Well, I thought it was beautiful. Anyway, he wanted to be one with nature. We bought this urn for his ashes.
Wait a freaking moment. You're telling me Dad's ashes are in this urn that's right in front of me?
Oh.
Holy shit! Where are his ashes?
Polly, you should sit down because me and Rachel, we can explain. We can explain.
Sit down. Take a deep breath, Paul.
This is unbelievable. This is what Dad wanted.
Listen, Paul. After his death, Dad wanted me to make sure that he was buried on the first night of a full moon. I respected his wish.
Okay. So where did you put him?
I wouldn't say so much as a place as a time.
Don't pay any attention to her. He wanted to be buried at sea because he felt that all life emerged from the sea and he wanted to return there to complete his cycle. He wanted his ashes put into Puget Sound.
That drink's looking pretty good now, huh?
Well, where in the Sound did you put him?
Let's see. Where in the Sound did we put him? I wouldn't.
It's not. I don't know why you're worried about the place. I think
In the Sound's not exactly the wording I used.
I think you probably are concerned about a physical place, but actually, Stevie and I have some news for you. The burial didn't go quite as planned.
And about that, Rachel and I, we need to take you somewhere.
Take me somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where? If Dad's in the sea, there's nowhere to go.
Paul, I know this is a shock, but out of respect for Dad, we did everything exactly the way he wanted it done. We tried our best.
You tried your best. You tried your best.
Yeah.
So, Dad's in the sea, right?
Paul, does place really matter? Because he's gone.
Actually, yeah, it matters to me.
Just tell him.
Me?
Tell me what? Tell
Tell him.
Well, we decided to disperse of Dad's ashes from the side of the ferry boat, and we chose the late run, figuring there'd be fewer people. Must have been close to midnight.
Yeah, it was a full moon. Stars were out. Perfect night for Dad.
So, Dad's ashes are in the sea, right?
Well?
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. It was the Seattle Bainbridge run.
You can say he's like always somewhere between Seattle and the island.
And we decided that we were going to put him over the side.
And you know it's illegal to put cremated remains into the ocean. And so it's not like we could go to the ferry crew and ask them if there was anything special we had to watch out for because they were having a burial. And they would have kicked us off the boat or they would have called the cops.
And as fate would have it, just as we were putting the ashes over the side, a breeze came up and they all blew against the side of the ferry boat.
That's good. So then they just went into the water, right?
Listen, Paul, out of respect for Dad, we did everything exactly the way he wanted us to. Like Stevie said, we couldn't tell anybody what we were doing.
They got stuck in the paint.
In the paint!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the crew had just painted that side of the boat.
We didn't know.
And when the breeze came up, the ashes didn't go anywhere except on the side of the ferry boat.
What's the name of the boat?
It's called the Kitsap. It's a brand new boat. Double decker will be in service for 20 years.
So you're telling me I have nowhere that I can go grieve him?
Well, that's not entirely true. It is on the Kitsap.
Think of it this way, Polly. You're out in the fresh air, blue sky overhead, snack bar close by, seagulls. Who needs a boring old cemetery?
God
This
damn it,
is so
Stevie.
much better.
No, this is not the time for your stupid sarcasm.
Sorry, Polly.
Well,
You still have that gun.
I know.
Ridiculous.
Well, we're not happy about it either.
Great, 'cause neither am I.
Yeah, well, I know it all sounds incredible, but in the moonlight, we could see the ashes on the side of the boat as bumps in the paint. And we just stared. We didn't know whether to laugh or to cry.
You know, I
thought it was hilarious. And we had flowers, and we didn't know what to do with them, so we just dumped them over the side of the boat.
You know, I am so angry right now. I'm mad at you. I'm mad at Dad. This is unbelievable.
Good thing you don't still have that gun.
I have an idea. If we were all to take a ferry ride, then Paul could be with Dad while we're on the ferry. If we still have time, we could catch the last run.
Good idea. I got the ferry schedule right here.
Thanks.
It'll be fun!
No, that's not going to change how I feel. Although I suppose I would like to know where his ashes actually are, though.
Okay then, we better get going. Come on.